Let's hit that applause
Appreciate
real
it.
quick. Let's hit that
Yeah,
applause
yeah,
real
yeah.
quick. Well,
That's
I
dope.
just for anybody watching or listening, I actually linked the Bandcamp to Takie's Bandcamp in the chat. So go check that album out. Run them plays up.
You got a nice fire on there. So, it's a few
Appreciate it.
things. I took some notes on there. Um, for the most that I picked up was the West Coast vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like from the rip. If I didn't know you was from Cali, that West Coast vibe stand out. That's like straight low rider music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say 80% outside of the club song, because that's probably the only one you have at like that tempo that's up like that. Outside of that, most of those is like low rider music, right? So
Right.
and what I picture is some of those things you can be used in video games. See, some music ain't always meant to be rapped on and sang on. Some could be scores. You know what I'm saying? Some could
That
just
right.
be, you know what I'm saying? So I
No,
got
no, no.
that
I
feel.
understand. I understand.
I hear funk in there, especially with the bass lines. I if I had to I like the Drew Hill sample. I like how you use and the part of the Drew Hill sample that you used during the verse part is probably not a part that people would normally use, where you were using like
Right.
he was talking. You use that
Right.
part
Right.
during the, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was creative, very original. So I think the what else I got here? Okay. All I Need has a nice vibe to it. I like the drums on there. That was dope. The bass lines were great. The arrangements, I think for the most part, the ranges was dope. I like some of the change ups. Um, if I was to give a flip side to everything, like a critique, then I would go for and I know it's on the phone now, so like I said, I look at it differently now, but some of
That's
the
why I was
mixing,
trying. Yo, I was trying to tell him. He was trying to get it out of me. Like, yo, what's he
right?
making his beats on? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna tell you. I was like,
You ain't gonna
just.
tell me,
I was like, yo, just listen to the music. You know what I'm saying?
right?
I ain't want it to be like, oh, he made it on the phone, so this
Right.
and that.
But
I'm like,
now
nah,
I
yo, listen to it.
understand why he didn't tell me, because now, like when I listen to it, mix. See, the thing about this, I'm also an artist too, right? So when it comes to picking
Right.
beats out, a mix is very important. You know what I'm saying? The
Very
overall
important. Right.
sound quality of an instrumental determines whether someone's going to pick the beat or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
and I know too, as a producer, sometimes I make beats and I won't even mix them. I just download them, export them, I move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right.
starting to
Right.
learn how
Right.
important
Right.
it is to take a little extra time to mix my joints down. You know what I'm saying? So some of the
No, I
snares I
understand
think was
that.
go ahead.
I was gonna say that was a real pet peeve of mine of my beats. That's one of the main reasons why it took me so long to even like want to release it, because of the mixes. And I
Right.
was thinking about like stemming them out into Logic or stemming them out into
And
Ableton
mixing them down.
and doing that, but then I wouldn't like. I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to be original,
Right.
And then now that we got AUM, now I'm like stemming them out on my phone. So my next project, it's already almost done. So like my next project, it's gonna be like the mix and everything wise, it's gonna be really nice. But I wanted to get this project done because it was just so many vibes, just so many good tracks that I wouldn't even listen to on myself.
Right.
And I'm be like, wait, man, like, wait, this is pretty good, like
Right.
I had to give myself on the pat of the back, because it's like, like I'm usually really hard on myself, and I don't release stuff.
Right.
But
That's
now that I got this, it's like, oh
now
man,
you can step
koala,
it
like,
up. Yeah,
yeah,
man, because I'm
exactly.
telling you, like a mix is important. So that was one of the things that I picked up on. Also, maybe the tempo of some of the records. Like I hear like the same tempo. I don't know if you're using the same tempo, but I hear that tempo a lot through the course of the record. So it gives me, even though it's like a boom bap time, type of feel, I still find that tempo occurring more than once. So, and I know you have the ability to switch it up because I've heard it. So, you know what I'm saying? So those things are all right. Well, the tempo, sometimes, maybe try to give yourself the sped up joint. Like I said, that one stuck out to me because it was a different tempo than the other records. So the tempo thing was something that I looked at too. Like I said, I'm not judging. I'm just, just how my preference. I like it. For sure. Thank you. Also build-ups, man. I mean, sometimes build-ups can take a record a whole different way too. And that's why I say, like, you telling me you did it on the phones, and I'm like, oh man, like I'm critiquing it like I don't want to go too hard on you.
No. Hey, I wanna hear it all because I wanna see if certain things like that I was picking out like about it, somebody else would probably be thinking the same thing. So it's like, okay, now I'm really like, R&D, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I'm R&D,
and like that's basically the premise of the show too, is because me and King, we go back, but we kind of have a different taste. As far as the things that we dig. So the dynamics of that is dope because he might not necessarily be into the stuff that I'm into. So when I bring an artist on, you're going to get a fresh take on it. You're going to get fresh feedback that's from somebody that might not, normally, bump your stuff. So, I think, that's kind of the, the premise of the show, for new ears to kind of listen to it and then give their feedback as well. Because I think, and we're all about positivity here on this show. So, everything is done, in a positive, with a positive intention. So
So I mean, and see, like we all out of our format like we would normally do because we actually got you on doing a review. So certain things that happen with you didn't even happen with Cash, and and
it's,
like even
it's all gravy. It's all